let me set this up for you. The question to her was, would this be correct if I wrote it? Barring a bill on illegal immigration, Hillary Clinton supports driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. Here's what she said.
No, what I've said is that I support what governors are trying to do. And governors are on the front lines because of the failures to get comprehensive immigration reform. There are already 8 states that issue driver's licenses without any verification of citizenship. That's a decision that the governors and legislatures and the people of those states have made. I understand.
But just the way people think.
Well, but you know,
that you're not answering the question.
Well, but I think that if you go back and look at the complexity of this issue, I don't think a lot of these hard questions lend themselves to raising your hand. And I know that that's easier in a 30-second, context to try to do. I think the fact that governors are being forced into this position is really unfortunate. They should not be making immigration policy. The federal government should be making immigration policy. And that's what I'm going to try to do as president again. And I do not believe that in the context of federal immigration reform, that would be an issue that governors would have to contend with.
So I know it's not a yes or no question to you, but you've had some time here, and the problem is that people can't quite get a hold of is, for a governor at this time, do you think it's a good idea for them to offer driver's license to illegal immigrants?
Depends upon what state they're in. It depends upon what they think the risks are. A governor of New York that has a lot of immigrants, many of whom we know are not there legally, has to worry about security. A governor of another state where that's not a problem doesn't. This issue has been so politicized, and I understand that because, you can score points. You can score all kinds of political, demagogic points. But the fact is that if we don't have comprehensive immigration reform, which for me includes toughening the borders, much harder sanctions on employers, doing more to help local communities that are stuck with the bill on all kinds of services, and bringing immigrants out of the shadows, and if they ever committed a crime where they came from or here, immediately deport them. But for the others, have a tough path to earned legalization. Pay back taxes, pay fines, learn English, wait in line. And once you got somebody on the record, registered, deported the criminals, and said they had to keep on the right side of the law, keep making a living, and do all of these other things I've outlined, that would be the appropriate time to give them some kind of license. But I understand, and I'm not going to be second-guessing governors who have to do the hard work of figuring out what's best for their states.
I can be very succinct if the senator cannot. Her support of Eliot Spitzer is, in point of fact, in my judgment, very poor policy, and her support of the DREAM Act is amnesty, as is her support of comprehensive immigration reform. And I think we need to point out, Senator Obama is in the same position. The Democratic Party, the Democratic leadership in Congress is in the same position, and a good part of the Republicans, for crying out loud. Candy?
Well, I think at this point the political calculation for Democrats, anyway, is that there are a number of voting groups out there that they believe favor the pathway to freedom, amnesty, whatever you want to call it, and they believe they are on the safe side of this, at least in the primary.
Yeah, they may be on the safe side in the primary, but this is a devastating position for people to be taking, based on a primary, and then go out. It would seem to me it would be a devastating position, and then trying to rectify that with the general public, who's opposed to these driver's licenses, opposed to amnesty, insistent upon border security, which this administration and the Democratic leadership of Congress and these candidates for president, frankly in both parties, with the exception of a number in the Republican Party, have failed to provide direction. Kenny, thank you. That was a wonderful try. I don't think any journalist in the country could have done better, and certainly if they could have, I don't think they'll ever have the opportunity. So we thank you for trying to get the record set straight. I'm sure Senator Clinton is thrilled that you did as well. Candy, thank you very much. Candy Crowley.